Well, Not Colored is a journey of a African American family who in the 20th century basically tried to not see color. And it's that journey of realizing that while they're trying to not see color, the rest of the world does. The setting of the book is mostly in Los Angeles. Los Angeles, although a lot of people don't consider it like the Old South, in reality, Los Angeles had the same type of racial codes embedded in land deeds, embedded in hospitals, embedded in cemeteries, embedded in all kind of areas, restaurants where blacks couldn't go into restaurants. The only difference was they did not have whites only signs. The reason I wrote the book, and it's very personal to me, is because I literally have 6 maternal stories, 6 generational stories that I seek to tell. In this particular book, it goes through 3 of the 6. And I've been told these stories from my great-grandmother, my grandmother, my mother. Veda James was especially, she's my grandmother. She's the main reason that I started writing this book and telling the story. Veda was born in 1918 during the Spanish flu pandemic, but she had a photographic memory, and that photographic memory propelled her to working for LAPD. She became the first female to work in the detective unit for LAPD. Veda began working for LAPD in 1945. Now that was a real non-female friendly time. Most females didn't even work in the 40s. They were mostly housewives or maids or something along those lines. She went to college and she started working at Newton Division. And when she first started, nobody believed she could have passed those tests as great as she did. She aced all her tests, and that had to do a lot with her photographic memory. She memorized names, faces. They recognized early on that she would be an asset to the Newton Street Division, but there was a lot of challenges there. She had her taking crime scene photos, and you have a photographic memory and taking crime scene photos, those two can be problematic, and she experienced some of those problems that came along with visualizing those murder scenes. But she also solved some murders. She was very instrumental to that department. So it gave a really good story of how she handled that. And she was a very smart, very savvy woman. I wrote this book because my daughter, Tara, has Down syndrome and autism. These stories end there. There's going to be no one else in this lineage to be able to share these stories. I want people to understand the story of these women, what they went through during this time, and then it's going to be a series of stories. I'm not just telling one story. I have multiple stories to tell, and it's going to continue.